I enjoyed every minute of it. I'd go back tomorrow and go through it all again. I really would.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the prequel as much as anything. You've got some real characters.
You know, to be in this gorgeous building, I just always longed to go up in the tower. To me, it's just been a lovely, iconic building. Do hope they don't knock it down.
When you say Grenson's, you think this factory?
This is the place. It's funny to think that it's not going to be here. It's a nice place to work.
I worked for 49 years, and I done toe lasting, then I done side lasting.
This roof in this is exactly the same as the one that was in Irchester. They obviously built at the same time in the Victorian era. Well, in the summer, it is like working in a greenhouse.
Well, I'm Gordon Smith.
And I'm Barbara Smith.
And you started working here when?
August the 15th, 1958.
I started back after working at Irchester for 2 years, and I started back in 1987.
So your father worked here?
My grandfather worked here.
Your grandfather worked here? And you?
I think my great-grandfather worked here. Also, my grandmother on my father's side worked here.
You sound like you love shoes.
Oh, it's my job. Yeah. If I could come back, I would.
Really?
If I could go back and start again, I'd do it. This transparent finish, I introduced it. The reason being that, as you can see, good leather lifts, and they were just putting ink on them, and you couldn't see the lifts. I worked for about 2 months to try to get it right.
So how long ago was this? Was it?
25 years.
That's something that they do now, right?
Yeah. Every company started doing it.
First and last jobs of my working life, and it turned out to be Grenson's first and last, so yeah. A phone call from these offices here when Mr. Sidney Green was on his way over. He would always visit, usually in the afternoons, to the Irchester factory and have his cup of tea and a biscuit and in his saucer. They used to give us a warning phone call. He's on his way, Mr. Sidney's on his way.
I did, in latter years, I did have something to do with the returns department, where they sold this man in Ireland a pair of Albert, which all robes were almost completely leather. You see, everything was leather, leather sole, leather up, and which he'd got all listed on the stamp on the bottom. Look at this, he said. He sent these brand new shoes back. He said, look at the complaint. Strong smell of leather. I think they sprayed them with air fresh hairspray and sent them back.
Brilliant.
Yeah, everybody had their own jobs, and if you caught up, you're going to help somebody else, like, yeah.
Oh really, it was like that? So,
yeah.
Because a lot of people knew how to do other people's jobs as well.
Yes, not all the jobs, but help where we could, you know. Yeah, it was a nice place to work really at that time.
The whole factory's moving to a new, big kind of restaurant, all this stuff.
Oh yeah, they got state-of-the-art place.
Yeah.
You know.
Would you wish to work in something like that?
I would have done, yeah. It'd been nice, yeah.
Grenson's is part of sort of in the blood. Like I say, it's a family thing with me, you know.
There were a lot of eccentrics over the years.
And do you think this working in a place like this allowed people to be eccentric? Like
Well, I think it did, yeah.
He was born to work in Grenson's, I think.
He was on the press, well, I don't know how many years he was, a lot more, and he was the only one I've ever seen who hadn't got no fingers missing.
wow.
The overriding thing, if you hear people talk about Grenson, it's the quality of the workmanship. I can still remember the old phone number, just Rushden 2045, that's it.
Oh, I think the factory will be missed a lot, yeah, especially by the people of my generation. I think the Brogue, yeah, I think it's a classic and it'll never change.
So it's a classic British shoe?
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.